A review on my all-new Venture heated gloves and Venture heated liner. Hey guys, IronicRebound here. So here we are, a nice fresh crisp winter's day. We're hitting about 0 degrees here in Celsius, that is 32 Fahrenheit. So I thought it'd be a good day to give a test ride, a test drive and a review on my all-new Venture heated gloves and Venture heated liner. So I want a big shout out and thank you to VentureHeat, VentureHeat.com. This is not a paid review, although they did provide me these badass gloves and a jacket liner that I'm wearing today. Electric, heated, wired directly to the bike. There is a battery option. I'd love to try that out as well, but I think battery technology just isn't quite there yet, unfortunately. Regardless, maybe I'll get to try one of those out and see what that's all about. But this one wires in directly under the seat. There's a wire that comes out of the base of the jacket liner, and from the jacket liner sleeve, there's a wire that pops into the glove, making it really convenient. I'm actually thinking that seeing as this is wired, I could possibly get something from the cuff, from the collar, and wire this baby directly up to my camera so that I could actually have a fairly convenient wired option rather than trying to run cords from a distance. But yeah, that'd be a pretty cool DIY. So the heat controls are located on the cuff of the glove itself, one on each hand, as well as on the base of the liner. And conveniently enough, I can see the control light from my side mirror here. I can see it on the cuff when my hands are on the bars, so I can tell what setting they're at. There's 3 settings. There's green, yellow, and red. Green being the least, I think about 20% to 30%. Yellow being 60% or so, and red being the full-on 100%. So to be very honest, I've been out recently. The other day it was about -5 Celsius. I had a new mic and it wasn't working out so great, so I'm redoing this now. But even on that day, and definitely on today, I've only had it on the green and or yellow settings. I've been city riding, so I noticed, as a side note, that when you are bumper to bumper traffic, you do notice that it gets super hot. You want that wind on you, you want that wind shear. It does help a lot. I could see the temperature being much better when you're actually moving pretty quick. So the heat is fairly consistent throughout the top of the hand. There's some warming along the bottom as well. There's quite a bit of thinsulate in the palm and top. I did have the textile gloves previously, and I find these retain the heat quite a bit more. I believe it's just because the leather has more wind breaking sort of features. So it breaks the wind quite a bit better, so it doesn't retain the heat that you keep in there. Whereas the textile glove I found just didn't have that same feature, wasn't as great at retaining it. I mean, if it was a Gore-Tex material, it might be better than this, but as it is, looking at likely some sort of a synthetic leather. I think the top is actually genuine leather, and it's got a bit of a friction zone along the bottom of the palm to help you grip at the grips, and just for extra durability where you're leaning your hand on the bars and on the grips. So the other advantage with these gloves, I've noticed some of the thermal and thinsulate gloves that I've worn, they tend to have like a second lining inside, which sandwiches in the thinsulate or the layers of whatever insulating material they might have. These have that, but it's sewn in right through the fingers into the glove itself from the inside, and that gives it, it doesn't really slide around. I've had gloves where you go to pull the glove off, and that inner liner like sort of slides off with your hand. Really difficult to get it on and off in those cases. This glove does not have that problem. It's got a nice soft sort of velvety inside, and it stays put. You take the glove off, put the glove on, and it stays put the entire time. There's also a reinforcement in the arch of your index finger and thumb, which gives it a bit of more durability again, same as the bottom of the palm. So overall, really well constructed. So the gloves themselves, just a quick look at them. Really well constructed. I've got this cinch down. I've got this. It's got this cinch here, which really does a great job of getting it around your wrist or around your upper forearm. This is does a great job of getting it around your wrist itself. Here's that lining, so nice, stays put. You got extra reinforcement here. It's like a Cordura. You've got your touch fingers. You've got a double layer of leather here, so for durability. All the stitching is flawless. Honestly, there's no mis-stitched areas. It's all double stitched through the palm, and the stitching's internal, but because of the layers in Thinsulate, you don't feel the internal stitching. Fantastic glove. So yeah, I mean, the cuffs themselves, it's got a cinch, a Velcro cinch at the wrist itself, so you can tighten it down to fit your wrist once you get them on. It also has a pull string, an elastic, so you can actually tighten the back end of the cuff. So it allows to really locks it around your jacket. I've worn it over 2 different jacket sleeves. This one less bulky than the other that I had it on, and I've had no issues. They give you quite a bit of length on this extension cord that plugs in off the sleeve, so it really lets you get it in there and cinch it down, so you've got a good seal. You're not losing heat through your wrist. So the heat of the glove in tandem with the heat of the sleeve really keeps all that warmth. Sizing is American, or shall I say, a lot like Icon sizing. These are a size large, just a little bit on the big size for me. You do want them as snug as possible to really feel that heat, but these do a great job as it is. These are great also if it was so cold that you wanted to wear a liner, you actually could with these, but I would go a size down myself. As well as I find the jacket liner sizing is a little on the smaller side, whereas I have a large. I typically wear a large t-shirt, and this large jacket liner is pretty snug. It's really tight on me. If I didn't have anything on underneath at all, possibly, oh hey now, but I do have a t-shirt, just a really thin Under Armour. The big bonus with the liner as well, not having it the last 2 winters, I did get out quite a bit, but I'd have to have a lot of layers on. So I'd have a base layer, usually an Under Armour base layer, then a thicker Under Armour base layer, then a sweater of some sort, and then a windbreaker of some sort, and then the jacket I was actually wearing. Whereas today I really just have one thin liner, a t-shirt, and then the heated liner itself. You know what I'm going to do. Yeah, you do. I've actually taken out the liner that comes with this jacket. This is the Icon jacket I usually wear. I've worn it through the summer months. It's not great in the hottest of temperatures, but it does have a sort of perforated material along the sides and underarms. And the liner is twofold. I mean, it's a good windbreak as well as having that heat throughout the front, the back, and the sleeves. As I mentioned, it connects to the bike down under the seat. I've got it coming out right here through the crotch or beside my left leg, which is the side that the connector is on the liner itself. And it's really easy to take on and off, even with the gloves. And it's if you forget it on and you go to step off the bike, it does disconnect, but it does a good job of staying connected unless you just give yourself about 5 inches of a little bit of slack, then you're doing good. I don't know why people stop here all the time. It is not a stop sign. This is a yield. People don't understand the rules of the road, and it drives me up the wall. So yeah, to turn them on, you just press and hold the control button, which is located here, as I mentioned. You can cycle through the settings by pressing it once. You can turn it off by pressing and holding as well. And yeah, all in all, fantastic product. The gloves being thick and on the thick side, there is some loss of, obviously, some tactile loss. You don't really have as much feeling. Fine motor movements, things like that would be difficult. It does have a touch finger, which is improved over the textile variant that I had previously. It was a bit of this weird, strange fiber material which started fraying within the year. This is a bit of a felt, looks like goat skin, and it does work relatively well, although it's difficult to really get fine movements. But if you're switching through, cycling through tracks, looking at emails, things like that, it does a pretty good job. Like I said, the only downside I could see is, well, you have you have a wire hanging off your side there, but it's pretty unobtrusive. It's pretty small, and when you take the gloves off themselves, you can just let the wire hang down. Really, just keep the gloves there, like back when you were a kid. You know, those mitts attached to your coat. So yeah, I want to really, again, just thank VentureHeat. You can check them out at VentureHeat.com. I'm going to put links down below as well. A fantastic product, a must-have if you looking to ride in colder temperatures, or if you're more sensitive and less tolerant to the colder temperatures. Like I said, super durable. I've had them in the rain. They're at least water resistant. I can't speak to if they're entirely waterproof or not, but I did have them in a little bit of rain the other morning where I got pretty drenched, and they did a pretty good job. About half hour in that, I didn't notice any moisture inside, and I think because of the wind braking feature, there's also less sort of clamminess that I noticed in the other glove. But fantastic buy. I want to thank VentureHeat for sending these to me and sending me the liner. Fantastic, definitely a must-have, and I highly recommend it. Really nothing, I can't speak to the durability, I can't speak to that per se at the moment, but I mean, I've had them now, I've worn them on a few rides only. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down in the comments section below. And yeah, I haven't been on the bike for a little while, so I was a little distracted, city riding and enjoying, so I might have missed a few things, but hope you enjoyed, and peace, ride safe.